Good morning and welcome to the regular meeting of City Council on Tuesday, July 9th, 2024. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Coghill, Ms. Gross, Mr. Mosley,
Here.
Mrs. Cale Smith, Mrs. Strasburger,
Here.
Mrs. Warwick,
Here.
Mr. Wilson,
Here.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Here.
5 members present.
Thank you. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Remain standing for a moment of silence. In our moment of silence, we do want to acknowledge the passing of Tim McNulty, former Post-Gazette writer, former aide to Mayor Peduto, who was very familiar with these halls. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our next order of business is to amend the agenda. Is there a motion to amend?
So move. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Our next order of business is going to be proclamations. We'll begin with Councilman Mosley.
Thank you. Will everybody from BTAN come up? And don't be bashful. Everybody that's from the BTAN crew, come on up. Yeah, all the way, yeah. Right here. How you doing? Good morning. It's truly an honor to present this proclamation for those who know me and know my family. The arts, has been central to the Mosley family. I always joke I'm the least talented member of the Mosley family. Many of you know my world-renowned father, but my brother Neri is an incredible visual artist. My sister Terenea is an award-winning writer and fashion designer. My dearly departed mother was a weaver as well. So it's always been an important part of my life, going to art exhibitions since as early as I can remember, but also understanding that the arts has been at the center of the city of Pittsburgh throughout our glorious history as a city. Being the first North American city to ever host a biennial 1 year after Andrew Carnegie went to Vienna in 1895 and saw the Vienna Biennial. So to understand that when it comes to contemporary art and from Mary Cassatt to August Wilson to our contributions to the American classical music, which we call jazz, Pittsburgh has been at the center of moving arts and culture forward in this country. And that's why I brought this wonderful group up here today, the Black Transformative Arts Network. And I will now get to the official part of these proceedings. So whereas the Black Transformative Arts Network, also known as BTAN, was formed in 2019 as a community-centered facility and continuation of the field-building work of the Heinz Endowment's transformative arts process, BTAN was initially led by Justin Lang starting in 2012, and whereas BTAN has been led by 3 dynamic Black women artists, community culture workers, and co-facilitators since 2019. The Black women who have led this network are Amadina Jackson of the University of Pittsburgh's Pride Program, Positive Racial Identity Development and Early Education, Talia Allen of Earthseed Solutions, and Sister I of the Children's Window to Africa. And whereas the Black Transformative Arts Network is an intergenerational, intersectional hub for Black Africana artist support, learning, and development, intended to educate, connect, and advance the field of creative practice for the benefit of Black children and youth. Their mission is to support and connect Black Africana youth artists, teaching artists and educators to build a transformative, creative community for Black Africana children. And now therefore be resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize and congratulate the Black Transformative Arts Network, and be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, July 9th as Black Transformative Arts Network Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
May we have a motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
And I'm don't know if Medina, if anybody else wants to say a few words. Sister Ox.
Good morning, everybody. We're really excited to be representatives and ambassadors for Black and Africana art forms and expression. We acknowledge the trajectory and the evolution and a ongoing pipeline of making art accessible in various contexts and spaces, whether in schools, community environments, or even in the home. And me and my colleagues have been at this for a couple of years now, and we're just really, really grateful and proud to be able to do the best that we can for youth so that they can be their fullest and brightest creative selves. So we celebrate this with you today, and we're deeply, deeply grateful. Thank you to Councilman Mosley as well, and all of you. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much.
I'll just add and just share my thanks to Councilman Mosley and his team for this esteemed honor, as well as my colleagues, Sister I and Talia, as well as our artists, a couple of our artists who are here today, Ajani Sanaya representing our youth artists, and then Carmela Jones representing our creatives and residents. So we just look forward to continuing to create creative space and community with and for Black and Africana children, and we hope to be working with the city continuing in the future. Thank you.
I'd like to invite my colleagues up for a photo.
What's the matter, honey? That's how I feel when I come in. I'm going to give you a pin. Thank you so much. Pin? Let's get you a pin. Councilman Buzz, okay. Well, we're going to give you a pin. City council pin. Do we have a city council pin? Give this one.
Bobby? Councilwoman Smith? You have proclamations?
You want to do the first one? She lives in your district.
Sure.
Do you have it? Oh,
No,
you don't
I
have
don't.
it? I'm sorry, I didn't know.
What's going on, my brother? Did you?
And if Monica Williams would please come forward.
Bring your crew with you.
That's okay. They can all come forward.
He wanted to present us since he represents.
That's it.
And I wanted him to too. Because now you get one for the presidents too.
Quite okay. I'll begin the proclamation. All, please just fill in. Just want to take a moment to recognize Ms. Williams and thank her for her years of service to our wonderful city. Whereas Monica Williams, also known as Nika, has worked for the City of Pittsburgh, Department of Parks and Recreation for 32 years. She was born and raised in the Hill District by her mother, the late Bernadette Helms, and her sister, Margaret Randall, and two brothers, Edgar and Brandon Randall. Her uncle, Henry Montgomery, acted as her father figure. And whereas Monica played basketball while attending college to study art and design and coached 22 years of basketball at Winchester Thurston School. After helping friends coach basketball at a recreation center, she was offered a part-time recreation leader position at the Arlington Recreation Center and Phillip Recreation Center. She was promoted to Recreation Leader 1 and worked at Greenfield, the Southside Market House, and Ormsby Recreation Centers, whereas she was asked to oversee the operations at the Ammon Recreation Center and Southside Market House Gym. After 5 years, Monica was appointed as the acting center director at the Southside Market House, later promoted to director at Ormsby Community Center. She returned to the Arlington Recreation Center as the community center director, where she plans to stay until she retires. Whereas Ms. Williams has been coaching and running basketball programs in the city of Pittsburgh for over 20 years. She helped expose inner city youth to college basketball and to college campuses. Her basketball programs and mentorship she brings to the youth of the city of Pittsburgh are unparalleled to any others in the city parks department. Whereas although she loves serving her communities, Monica Hartz belongs to the loves of her life, her 3 beautiful children, son Robert Snitchman, and daughters Trey and Andrea Williams. Her children have blessed her with 5 grandchildren, Cayenne, Leanna Ford, Marquis, Malaya Hudson, and Regan, to whom she adores. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize and commend Monica Williams for her years of continued service and unselfish commitment to the youth of the City of Pittsburgh. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, July 9th to be Monica Williams Day in the City of Pittsburgh. May we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Council President Lavelle. And I just want to say that since I chair City Parks, and I'm trying to recognize we have so many amazing employees in the city of Pittsburgh that do so much for our area, and we don't recognize them as often as we should. So when we're starting with people with the highest amount of service and working our way down, well, boy, there's a lot of people in city parks that keep this city running. And so I want to thank you for your work that you've done. You probably worked with my cousin Mickey, who worked in Brookline for like 30, 40 years. Well, now she's at the county jail, and she said it was a little bit easier. So I just want you to know. So she's doing a lot of things too. But I thank you for your work with the kids, because it's right now we know that our kids more than anything need people that are real mentors and people to teach them and guide them in doing all the great things. And reading everything that you've done has been amazing. So thank you for your work for the city of Pittsburgh on behalf of all the children in the city of Pittsburgh. Thank you. And you get to say a few words and introduce everyone you have with you.
Thank you, everybody. I wanted to, first of all, say thank you to my family. Most of my family now works for the city, so my daughters and my nieces. My niece works. Ebony's now, she's big time now. Ebony, she works. We all, and my sister, we all work for the city. I brought them, most of them in. And I just wanted to say thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity to do what I love. You know, so I mean, I played basketball, and I wanted to play college ball. I got hurt, so I was able to bring my talents and help coach. You know, and I think the first thing that happened was 2 of my friends brought me in when I came home from San Diego, and they wanted me to coach, and they wanted me to referee, and they wanted me to do some art because I draw. So I did it, and the city parks offered me a job. That was in 1992. Since then, I've been just the venue of being here has allowed me to help kids do a lot of things. Like, you know, I put like a bunch of girls in Division I schools to play basketball. The boys was number 4 in the nation in basketball for AAU. I took the first hockey team with Jared and Corey, who now works here, to Canada to play hockey. So I've been doing a lot, you know, and I appreciate it. I wouldn't even have had the opportunity if I wasn't here working with City Parks. And I've devoted all my time, and I'll probably be here for a few more years, hopefully. And I just want to say I appreciate it, and thank you for everything.
And then we'll have somebody from City Park.
Hello. Well, I am from City Parks.
Oh,
They
you're
asked me to speak on behalf. I'm a supervisor for recreation. And it's an honor to be able to actually be here for this award, because 18 years ago, she hired me as a part-time worker. And now I stand here as a supervisor for recreation. And I can't say enough about her. She has been amazing from beginning to end. And I remember my first day working, I started out with a small crew, me, Steve, Jared, and Nika as our director. And now everybody that I just named is a director of their own spot here in the city. So she trained us well. She has put in lots of work. She's helped us excel. And I am very proud to be her niece and someone that she brought to City Parks.
I don't have any notes, so I'll do this really quickly. On behalf of the Director of City Parks and all of us here at the City County Building, I know personally I've got to work with you on so many projects over the past 8 years. Thank you for all you do for the children, for the basketball programs you put together for folks in this city, and just thank you for being you and giving your heart to the city of Pittsburgh. We appreciate it.
Anybody else want to say anything? Anybody else? Okay, all members want to come up for a photo? Did anybody want to speak? I thought maybe I missed something.
Congratulations. Thank you for your service.
Councilman LaBelle, stand here. Oh, sorry. I want to speak. I don't think my person's here. She's 100. You see me 100 here?
Feel the love.
I don't think he's coming here for her. They are too cute. You girls are too cute. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Congratulations. I don't know. Should I ask? I wonder if somebody's here for her. I don't know.
No, she can't be.
I wonder if somebody's here for her.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I'll ask. Is there anyone here to receive a proclamation on behalf of Mary Williams? No? Is that him? Yes, sir. Please come forward. Mary Williams? Yes, sir.
Comes to I didn't think anyone was here because I was looking for somebody who looked 100 in the audience. The media people over there are a little bit aged, but but thank you for being here for her. Whereas Mary Williams was born to Pinky and Willis Williams on July 11th, 1924 in West Blockton, Alabama. Her informative years were spent in Logan, West Virginia, where she graduated from high school in 1941. And whereas Mary moved to Pittsburgh and graduated from Business College in Pittsburgh in the early 1950s and received a degree in theology from Rodman Street Theological Seminary and in the 1990s. And whereas, after graduation, she did missionary work nationally and internationally, spending time in Israel and Palestine in 1996. I guess people don't realize we can do that. And whereas Mary's professional career was marked by her 30-year tenure at the Allegheny County Sanitary Authority, where she made significant contributions before retiring in 1989. Additionally, she worked as an independent contractor, tax consultant, a role for which she was trained by H&R Block. And this dual career path showcased her versatility and dedication to and work ethic. And whereas Mary resided in the Chartier City neighborhood of the city of Pittsburgh from 1970 to 2012, during this time she serves as judge of elections, a role that required her to maintain paperwork and enforce polling place rules meticulously. And she did. This commitment to civic duty is a testament to her dedication to her community. And now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby recognize and congratulate Mary Williams on the momentous occasion of her 100th birthday. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Thursday, July 11th, 2024 to be Mary Williams Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
Do we have a motion to approve?
You're welcome.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
You wanna say a few words?
Congratulations.
Thank you, Reverend.
Well, firstly, I'd like to thank President Lavelle and Councilwoman Collie Smith, Teresa,
Nobody
for
calls me
this
Councilwoman.
acknowledgement of my mom's contributions in her life here in the city of Pittsburgh. She would be better known by anybody in here, more than Mary Williams, would be Mayor Russell, would be, because she was well known by. She's had quite a life. She's befallen a medical situation that prohibited her from being here today. But I want to just extend her thanks and her appreciation for this proclamation. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll take a photo. I do want to say your mother may have come on a hard time, but my mother did too, and she's going to be 103 in August. So, she had quite a few injuries, so you never know, okay?
All right.
So hang in there. And everyone take a photo with us?
We had dinner. I forget the woman who had her.
And I believe we have one to be read into the record from Councilwoman Smith.
Councilwoman Smith presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare Tuesday, July 9th, 2024 to be Pittsburgh Fire Bureau Day in the City of Pittsburgh.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Our next order of business is public comment. I would like to remind everyone that the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation, which may be before city council. Profanity will not be permitted. Once you are called, please restate your name, provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak. Our first registered speaker is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller.
Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller, Belsuver, Abuja, Tokyo, Ciudad de Mexico, Berlin, and Riyadh. Global Intelligence Society candidate for President 2024, globalintelligencesociety.org. A concern of this council is city safety, but the presence of Cyber Command, the Supercomputer Center, and the Biological Safety Lab 3-4 make Pittsburgh an unsafe target. Go down with strategic safety, security, concentricity, and go up with decentralization via what I think is an intriguing, persuasive Saudi Arabian view, NEOM, new Mostakbai future, in 9 shorter, lower lines from downtown out to the 9 districts. Go to Neo Nangaba, which is Hausa, via mastery of code linguistics, literacy. Pittsburghers, all of us, decode and encode non-numerical lexical information bits in bidirectional, vertical up, down, and down, up, a horizontal left, right, and right, left. Do Navajo, Zhongwen intelligence. NZ info sentence complexity is 2 times greater than English. Numeracy, we all need to decode and encode. In my view, 2 information vector sets with X, Y, and Z axes, each with 10 to the 18 bits. I want exascale computing across the city in all districts, not just in Oakland, that would produce dy, dx, dz fusion, and matrix cubal intelligence. I want that to be a foundation for democratization in the city and across the United States. Go for Neo-Zukunft, which is German, via militarization. Establish city-to-city alignment-based militarized areas, sub-bases in the 9 districts. Seek Berlin to Pittsburgh approved Ramstein transfer. Tokyo to Pittsburgh approved Okinawa transfer. Secure military advisors from Nigeria, Nihon, Mexico, and Deutschland for each of the districts. We need to be informed by them about what is going on in our city. They're experts. They need to share the security and the safety of the city. That's what I'm after. And to sensitize Pittsburgh citizens to be citizen soldiers. I mean, how did this country get started? Because the people viewed themselves as defenders of and propagators of our country.
Thank you. Our next registered speaker is Andre Davis. Is Andre Davis with us? If not, our next registered speaker is Chief Pomai Chakman Yahalahi.
Grand Rising, everyone. My title is Pomai Chakman Yahalahi, and I'm the Chief of Medicine, Land Stewardship, and Management with the Iroquois Confederacy of Aboriginal American People. I'm also the Grand Able Chief of the Onwe Akapko Utsil Ushkuil Nation of Aboriginal Americans. Today I want to talk a little bit about House Congress resolution and the various treaties and ordinances. So, to acknowledge the contribution of the Iroquois Confederacy of Nations to the development of the United States Constitution, and to reaffirm the continuing government-to-government relationship between our people and the United States established in the Constitution. And the Delaware Treaty, Article 1, that all offenses or acts of hostilities by one or either of the contracting parties against the other be mutually forgiven and buried in the depth of oblivion, to be had and remembered nevermore. And Article 2, that a peace and perpetual friendship shall henceforth take place between the contracting parties and subsist through all succeeding generations. And if either of the parties are engaged in a just and necessary war with any other nation or nation, that each shall assist the other in due proportion to their ability, till their enemies are brought to reasonable terms of accommodation. And that if either of them shall discover any hostile design forming against the other, they shall give the earliest notice thereof, that timeless measures may be taken to prevent their ill effect. And the ordinance of 1787, the Northwest Territorial Government, an ordinance for the government of the territory of the United States northwest of the River Ohio. Section 1, be it ordained by the United States in Congress assembled, that the said territory for the purpose of temporary government be one district, subject, however, to be divided into 2 districts, future circumstances. And then it goes further down to talk about that the following articles shall be considered as articles of compact between the original states and the people of the states and the territories thereof, and forever remain unaltered unless by common consent. To wit, Article 3, religion, morality, and knowledge being necessary to good government and the happiness of mankind, schools and means of education shall forever be encouraged, and the utmost good faith shall always be observed towards the Indians, and that our lands and our property shall never be taken from us without our consent, and that our property rights and liberties shall never be invaded or disturbed unless in just and lawful wars authorized by Congress. But laws founded in justice and humanity shall from time to time be made for preventing wrongs being done to them, to us, to my people, and for preserving peace and friendship with us. And under the Obama administration, the United States Government Corporation announcement of the U.S. support for the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, January 12, 2011. Initiatives to promote the government-to-government relationship and improve the lives of Indigenous people. Stand up, City Council members, and vote, pass the rights protection for the rights of Indigenous people. We work diligently with the Commission on Human Relations.
Thank you. Our last registered speaker is Aljauju E. Chaknan Kaim.
And like Yahweh Ka'in, delight in me honors delight in you. Greetings, I am an Aboriginal American matriarch, and my title is Yahalahi Chanal Ka'in, located in the Delaware Territory, as you all will call so-called Pittsburgh. My people are the original beings, the original stewards, the original inhabitants of our ancestral land, the Americas, including the islands, the onward from our great law of peace. So my statements today will reflect invoking my people's story, our perspective, our constitutional indigenous rights, Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, excluding Indians not taxed. The etymology of tax, a noun, is we are not to be evaluated, estimated, assessed, handled, touched, to burden, impose a tax, censure, charge, put a strain on, to enter on a list, enroll. We are not to be either one of those nefarious actions. And in the Bouvier's dictionary states, Indians, the Aborigines of this country are so called. My people are acknowledged in multiple maxims of law and the lawful documents such as the Constitution of the United States, Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, and excluding Indians not taxed, the Delaware Treaty, the Northwest Ordinance, the American Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples, House Congress Resolution 331. Whereas my people are acknowledged to the development of the United States Constitution and to reaffirm the continuing government-to-government relationship with my people, 100th Congress, second session, and the list continues. We are not to be confused with Title 25 Native Americans, who are also within the box of persons, immigrants, foreigners, citizens, naturalized citizens, non-citizens, residents, humans, individuals, all under the jurisdiction of the United States, which is a corporation, aka a business. My people, the Aboriginal Americans, have been reclassified as so-called Indians, so-called colored, so-called Negro, so-called Black. We are not social political constructs, and we will no longer stand for continuously being discriminated against, conspiracy against my people's rights, conspiracy against our constitutional indigenous rights. Thomasina B.O. Jordan case, Walter Ashby Plucker justified with the state encouraging them to reclass non-reservation Indians to Negro, which has been since repealed as unlawful. All municipal offices, city council members, citizens, immigrants, all other foreigners are obligated to uphold their oath to the Constitution. Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3. My people are not your abusers. Are you, those who are in city council, including the colonizers, the Ajatisca folks, the Slavs, the foreigners, going to honor your oath to the Constitution, going to honor the oaths of your immigrant ancestors' oath to the Constitution, Article 1, Section 2, Clause 3, and excluding Indians not taxed? Are you going to continue to commit 18 U.S. Code 2381, treason, 18 U.S. Code 1091, genocide, discrimination, lack of free and prior informed consent, paper genocide, 24 CFR 9?
Thank you. That exhausts our list of registered speakers. If there's anyone in chambers wishing to speak, please come forward at this time. Provide your name and neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, council. My name is Sam Gibson. Sam Gibson, and I'm from Homewood area here in the Pittsburgh area. I come because I wanted to talk about the Harambe Festival that has been happening for 58 years and that it is not acknowledged. So I feel there has been a little bit of ignorance on all of our behalf. We have enjoyed this program, we have come out to this program, and we have seen this program around the city. And I feel like, or we have seen the display of city council, and we're only talking about this one because this is the one that's present today. Many city council has ignored this festival that gives a complete weekend, several weekends, all over the city of Pittsburgh, a multiple of resources, a multiple of things for them to come out to almost free to their charge. We're asking that you put it on the record that the Harambe should be acknowledged just like any other festival that's throughout the city of Pittsburgh. We're not asking, we're almost coming and kicking the door down quietly because it has been a festival that has been here 58 years. We're not asking for what everyone else is coming screaming and shouting. What we're asking for is you all to acknowledge us and to give us the equal that you give everyone else. A few of us has funded this program out of our pockets. A few of us have gotten together and funded this thing for many years, and that's not fair. We see what you all argue about on television with all these other festivals that's going on. I came today to argue and to read them all off to you, but there's no sense of that because we all know what it is. We're asking, I brought document for you guys. There's other people you all will hear from in the room. We're asking you guys to acknowledge the Harambe Festival that started in Homewood.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello. Good afternoon. Well, actually, it's morning. My name is Miss Anita Drummond. I'm the director of Pittsburgh Positive Young People Association. I'm not pleased to have to come here today. However, I have spoken with two of your city council people, and they have been very helpful in telling me what it is that they're able to do or if they would have to bring to the table to see if you guys would be able to help us. I have been with the Harambe Black Arts Festival for 28 years. 5 years ago, because of what was going on in Homewood, there were some things that was going on that the people in the community was afraid of. So we as a people got together and we branched off and took Harambe Festival into different communities. We took them into East Liberty, Wilkinsburg. Homewood is still there because that is the house. That's the foundation as Homewood. 58 years, that's the foundation. And Homestead. So with that being said, the very first one when we branched off, we took and we went to Home Depot and we had a festival there. What we're trying to do is bring life back into our communities. And so we do them within the summer months. We do them each month. We start in January, well, not January, we start in July, and then we do August and September. So we come to you because we need some type of funding to help us. Whatever we're doing, we know that a lot of people have been coming to you because we've been here watching on TV and everything else. But we need something. We need some kind of foundation or somebody to be behind us to help us to continue to grow and to continue to move forward. We can't do it without some kind of help. So this is why we're starting here. I thank you so very much, and God bless.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Morning. My name's Amy Zase. I think I've met a lot of you personally already. I actually came here today just because I wanted to thank the city and particularly Domi for the work that's finishing up in my neighborhood in Beachview. In Beachview, we've had a little bit of a rough summer with construction projects on the roads and the rail, but honestly, I'm not here to complain. I'm deeply appreciative of the investment in our neighborhood. We have extended bulb out curbs. We've got new crosswalks. It's safer for pedestrians. We've got bigger T-stops with a brand new bus shelter. It's beautiful, and thank you guys so much.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good morning. My name is Yvonne S. Brown. I live in Katy Irvis Towers up at the top of Bedford. Citizens, I haven't been coming that much because of my health. Whether you believe it or not, the heat is worse than the winter for us seniors, which I realize. My daughter keeps telling me how old I am, but anytime I move that car, she's right in there. I say, I wouldn't ride with an old woman that don't know how to drive. But I came down today, and I'm glad you spoke, sir, because I took my grandchildren to the summer program, and I saw this sign. Well, it's after I took it down. I usually don't do this, but this was from July the 5th to the 7th, and this is what he was talking about. You see this? I didn't know, and I live in the hill. That's what I was telling you. You come down, you make the decisions. You don't know what's happening in my community. A lot of times I don't, but if I do, I come down. Also, I wanted to bring out today, I almost didn't come. Today is my son's birthday, the one that the cops let die in Wilkinsburg. He was 35 then. He would be 57 then. My son was the one, when he was living on B Street, and the cops, I drove up, and he was at the car. So I had jumped out, and I said, were they messing with you or something? And my son said, wait a minute, Mom. He said, not all cops are bad. You got road cops. And I feel like sometimes some of you city council act like road council people. I'm seriously. I want you to understand, I keep coming down here and I talk about my son's death. I can't change it. I cannot correct it. But I know that if I come down, maybe another mother won't have to go through it. Now look, when we talked about Sapala, I got his picture here. Sapala. Now Sapala, the Democrats didn't want him. They ended up, the Republicans put him on the ticket. So we got a mayor, which our mayor, and he's a black mayor, and I don't really want to talk about a black person the way I do about him. But he comes up in our community, up in the building, where two women that got beat by hammers, and come up and give a proclamation and bought a plaque for Salahuddin's brother. This is another politician. Salahuddin's brother hasn't even been there a whole year, and he's cleaning up in front of August Wilson's building. But now lately he's been, we'll be fussing, he's been coming down by our building. But what I wanted to say was this. When I know, right or wrong, nobody, and when I took and said to the mayor that I wanted to meet with him because of what he did, I didn't want to floor show him, but he needs it, because this mayor, we can write him out. I think it's,
Thank you.
yes, I know that. I'm sorry, but this is really something. This needs to be better.
Next speaker, please.
Hi, I'm Bernadette from Beachview. If I was the boss, I'd be, there's zero communication between the street, line painters, contractors for the curbs and everything in Beachview, and Domi. I don't know. What I know, and I've been complaining about Coast and Realty, and I said, can we at least sandblast those zebra lines? Because I'm telling you, at nighttime, if anyone of you ever had cataracts or knows somebody with cataracts, everything's all a blur. And not all of the ADA curb cuts have a bright yellow little thingy. Some of them is a cement curb cut. We had a curb cut at the corner of Realty and Coast. Instead of putting it back, when they pulled all that up, they put a nice high curb on both sides, and I said, okay, remove the paint. They came last week and painted it nice, bright, big zebra lines. Stop signs haven't been removed. Where the new yellow curb cuts are, there's no zebra lines. And at the old curb cut at the top of Coast, extremely dangerous, they put brand new lines. It was like, no, a fifth grader could probably have done better. They know how to connect lines. It's a hot mess. Please come up and look. Come up and look at it and ask yourself, is this all connecting? It's not. Beachview Athletic Association. We had a meeting. I don't know what happened. I am begging Teresa Kahari, you married into one of the biggest families that was involved with, they grew up there. We need help. We now have a second family, a husband and a wife. She is the CE, whatever it is, of the largest nonprofit volunteer organization within the city limits. They want to help. We have all these families that want to help be coaches and run the Beachview Athletic Association, but nobody is connecting. We have fields. Beachview used to be one of the amazing athletic associations with people coming in from South Park, Bethel Park, whatever. It's ridiculous that our fields are not having our kids on there anymore. Please, can you guys all get together and help us get this? We don't know what to do. We have the people that are saying we want to do this. We wanted to have like this mini little quick sports thing by fall to get the kids excited for the spring. Please.
Thank you. Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. Seeing no further speakers, we'll move on to the presentation of papers, beginning with Councilman Charlin, Chair of Human Resources.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Good morning.
Councilperson Charlin presents Bill Number 660, Resolution providing for an agreement with Just Mediation Pittsburgh to provide information about the Commission on Human Relations work and fair housing laws to the landlords and tenants they see for mediation at a cost not to exceed $30,000 initially, and the option to renew for one additional year with a maximum total not to exceed $60,000 over 2 years.
And Councilman Coghill, Chair of Public Safety and Wellness.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill Number 661, Resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of the U.S. Marshals Service in an amount not to exceed $17,806 to return seized funds in accordance with cases filed in the United States District Court, Western District of Pennsylvania.
And Councilwoman Gross, Chair of Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology.
Mr. President.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill Number 662, Resolution amending Resolution 844 of 2023, authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance and the director of the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into an amended agreement or agreements or amendments thereto with Cohen Law Group and CTC Technology and Energy for renegotiation of the city's cable franchise agreements with Comcast and Verizon, and for consultation on development of fiber and wireless telecommunication assets and policy by increasing the approved amount by $60,000 for an amended total cost not to exceed $711,213.70 over 5 years. And Bill Number 663, Resolution authorizing the mayor and the Department of Parks and Recreation on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements with Information Age Technologies, Inc. for the co-pilot annual subscription fee for the Healthy Active Living Senior Center software subscription used for data collection and the reporting of services to Allegheny County Department of Human Services Area Agency on Aging as mandated by the city's contract with Allegheny County for a 3-year term. The total amount for 2024 will be a total cost not to exceed $21,000, with future annual amounts to be renegotiated on an as-needed basis.
And Councilman Mosley, Chair of Intergovernmental Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill Number 664, Resolution authorizing the mayor, the director of public works, and the director of finance on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh to enter into a permanent easement agreement with the Pittsburgh Water and Sewer Authority to maintain, operate, repair, inspect, repair, remove, and/or abandon an existing public water facility, and a temporary easement agreement to perform all work necessary to complete the project located on city-owned property, block and lot number 3J18002, at no cost to the city. Bill Number 665, Resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, 0 Anaheim Street, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. Bill number 666, resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned property in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, 0 Marcella Street, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. Bill number 667, resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 3rd Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, 0 Cliff Street, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. Bill number 668, resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, 2702, 2724, and 2726 Bedford Avenue, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. Bill number 669, resolution authorizing the Pittsburgh Land Bank to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned property in the 27th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, 1611 Antrim Street, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. Bill number 670, resolution amending Resolution 297 of 2022, effective June 14, 2022, entitled Resolution Authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 12th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, Meadow Street and Lincoln Avenue, Council District Number 9, by removing parcels Block 125B, lots 281 and 283, Lincoln Avenue, Council District Number 9, at no cost to the city. Bill number 671, resolution repealing Resolution 619 of 2021, effective September 30 of 2021, authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, 826 and 828 Shawnee Street, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. Bill number 672, resolution repealing Resolution 620 of 2021, effective September 30 of 2021, authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 18th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, 844 Gearing Avenue and 814 Delmont Avenue, Council District Number 3, at no cost to the city. Bill number 673, resolution repealing Resolution 368 of 2023, effective June 10, 2023, authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh, designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County as Block 26P, Lot 164, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. And Bill number 674, resolution repealing Resolution 182 of 2021, effective March 18, 2021, authorizing the Urban Redevelopment Authority of Pittsburgh to acquire all the city's right, title, and interest, if any, into the publicly owned properties in the 5th Ward of the City of Pittsburgh designated in the Deed Registry Office of Allegheny County, located on the south side of Adelaide Street, east of Wichita Way, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city.
And Councilwoman Kell Smith, Chair of Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Teresa Kell Smith presents Bill number 675, resolution authorizing the mayor and the Department of Parks and Recreation on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements with Keys Service Corps for the 2024 and 2025 AmeriCorps Summer Program. Said agreement or agreements involves the matching of funds and shall be at a total cost to the city not to exceed $40,000 over a 2-year period. Bill 701, ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code Title IX zoning, Article 5, Section 911.02, Use Table, Section 911.04, Use Standards, by changing use types and review procedures regarding residential uses in residential districts, City of Pittsburgh. And Bill number 706, resolution authorizing pursuant to Chapter 173 of the Pittsburgh City Code, the naming of Room 458 in the City County Building to the Tim McNulty Press Room.
And Councilwoman Strasburger, Chair of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill number 676, resolution authorizing the mayor and the city solicitor on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into a professional services agreement with the law firm of Citrone Alex PC in connection with matters to be heard before Pennsylvania's Orphans Court at a cost not to exceed $60,000 over 1 year. Bill 677, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Edward William Vaughn Jr. in an amount not to exceed $3,000 over 1 year in full and final settlement of a claim for damage to his vehicle from a City Department of Public Works vehicle on April 22, 2024. Bill number 678, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Bobby Spidell Jr. in an amount not to exceed $2,881.81 over 1 year in full and final settlement of a claim for damage to his parked vehicle from a City Department of Public Works vehicle on December 19, 2023. Bill number 684, resolution amending Resolution 578 of 2021, which authorized an American Rescue Plan Act agreement or agreements with the Pittsburgh Parking Authority by adding Mellon Square storefront support as an additional authorized project at a cost not to exceed $1,536,398.11 for a total authorized spend not to exceed $1,616,398.11. Bill number 685, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Office of Management and Budget to enter into an agreement or agreements with the County of Allegheny for the completion of lead safety projects as approved in the City of Pittsburgh's American Rescue Plan Act allocation at a cost not to exceed $600,000. Bill number 686, resolution further amending Resolution number 647 of 2020, effective December 23, 2020, as amended, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2021 Capital Budget and the 2021 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2021 through 2026 Capital Improvement Program by reducing facility improvements, recreation, and senior centers by $500,000, reducing step repair and replacement by $560,225.48, increasing street resurfacing by $110,358.71, and by increasing facility improvements, city facilities by $2,132,493.97. Bill 687, resolution further amending Resolution number 886 of 2021, effective December 27, 2021, as amended, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2022 Capital Budget and the 2022 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2022 through 2027 Capital Improvement Program by increasing facility improvements, recreation, and senior centers by $1,629,476, reducing step repair and replacement by $1,400,000, increasing street resurfacing by $132,493.77, and decreasing facility improvements, city facilities, by $361,969.77. Bill 688, resolution further amending Resolution number 723 of 2022, effective December 19, 2022, as amended, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2023 Capital Budget, the 2023 Community Development Program, and the 2023 through 2028 Capital Improvement Program by reducing facility improvements, city facilities, by $1,770,524, increasing facility improvements, recreation, and senior centers by $370,524, increasing street resurfacing by $192,373, and increasing remediation of condemned buildings by $1,307,627. Bill 689, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 857 of 2023, effective December 27, 2023, as amended, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2024 Capital Budget, the proposed 2024 Community Development Program, and the 2024 through 2029 Capital Improvement Program by reducing facility improvements, recreation, and senior centers by $1,992,879.64, increasing step repair and replacement by $1,960,225.48, and increasing street resurfacing by $32,654.16. Bill 690, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 768 of 2009, effective December 31st, 2009, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2010 Capital Budget and the 2010 Community Development Block Grant Program, and approving the 2010 through 2014 Capital Improvement Program by adjusting various line items in conformance with City Council's 2010 capital budget amendments by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill 691, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 855 of 2011, effective December 29, 2011, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2012 Capital Budget and the 2012 Community Development Block Grant Program, and approving the 2012 through 2017 Capital Improvement Program by adjusting various line items in conformance with City Council's 2012 capital budget amendments by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill 692, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 772 of 2012, effective January 1, 2013, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2013 Capital Budget and the 2013 Community Development Block Grant Program, and approving the 2013 through 2018 Capital Improvement Program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill Number 693, Resolution further amending Resolution 858 of 2014, effective January 1st, 2015, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2015 Capital Budget and the 2015 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2015 through 2020 Capital Improvement Program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill 694, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 816 of 2015, effective December 18, 2015, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2016 Capital Budget and the 2016 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2016 through 2021 Capital Improvement Program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill Number 695, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 797 of 2017, effective December 28, 2017, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2018 Capital Budget and the 2018 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2018 through 2023 Capital Improvement Program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill 696, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 863 of 2018, effective January 1st, 2019, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2019 Capital Budget and the 2019 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2019 through 2024 Capital Improvement Program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill Number 697, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 840 of 2019, effective January 1, 2020, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2020 Capital Budget and the 2020 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2020 through 2025 Capital Improvement Program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill Number 698, Resolution further amending Resolution Number 647 of 2020, effective December 23, 2020, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2021 Capital Budget and the 2021 Community Development Block Grant Program and the 2021 through 2026 capital improvement program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. Bill number 699, resolution further amending resolution number 723 of 2022, effective December 27, 2022, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the Capital Budget, the 2023 Community Development Program, and the 2023 through 2028 Capital Improvement Program by removing unencumbered funds from projects pending closure pursuant to Chapter 218 of the City Code. And Bill number 700, resolution further amending Resolution 857 of 2023, effective December 27, 2023, as amended, entitled Resolution Adopting and Approving the 2024 Capital Budget, the proposed 2024 Community Development Program, and the 2024 through 2029 Capital Improvement Program by reappropriating and reallocating funds closed due to the requirements of Chapter 218 of the City Code.
And Councilwoman Warwick, Chair of Public Works and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'll do everything. Help you guys out.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill number 679, resolution providing for the issuance of a warrant in favor of the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation in the amount of $16,500 for work related to the Wenzel-Carnahan Reconstruction Project. Bill number 680, resolution providing for a reimbursement agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation for costs associated with Rays Hill District Project and providing for the payment of the cost thereof not to exceed $14,150,000, reimbursable at 80%, any municipal share of Commonwealth incurred costs not to exceed $93,000. Bill number 681, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant payable in favor of the Chartiers Valley District Flood Control Authority to renew the City of Pittsburgh's membership into the CVDFCA and pay fees for the year 2024 in an amount not to exceed $17,204. Bill number 682, resolution authorizing the mayor of the City of Pittsburgh and the Department of Public Works to apply for a grant from the Pennsylvania Department of Economic Development's Greenways, Trails, and Recreation Program for the Robert E. Williams Park Project. The grant proposal includes an ask of $250,000 with a local match of $37,500 for a total grant project cost of $287,500 for this stated purpose. And Bill number 705, ordinance amending the Pittsburgh Code Title VI Conduct, Article 5, Discrimination, Chapter 651, Findings and Policies, and Chapter 659, Unlawful Practices to make medical marijuana patients a protected class and restrict discrimination against them.
Councilwoman Warwick.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to waive Rule 8 on bills 0680 and 0681 so that they can be heard on tomorrow's standing committee agenda.
There a second? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Both bills will appear on tomorrow's agenda.
Thank you.
That takes us to Councilman Wilson, Chair of Land Use and Economic Development.
No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you. On behalf of myself, we have one communication.
Council President Daniel Lavelle presents Bill number 683, communication from Jake Pollack, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting to City Council the attached status update from the Grants Office for the week ended July 5th, 2024.
I need a motion to read, receive, and file.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. That takes us to our next order of business, being reports on committees for final action, beginning with Councilwoman Erica Strasburger, presenting on the Committee of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill number 656, reported to Committee on Finance and Law for July 2nd, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 563, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Office of Management and Budget to establish a use plan and a fund for festivals which were in existence prior to or during the COVID pandemic and were also impacted financially by the COVID pandemic as allocated in the city's American Rescue Plan. Bill number 616, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Comer Miller LLC for legal services in connection with the police litigation matter for an amount not to exceed $6,554 over 1 year. Bill number 617, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of the Gateway Engineers, Inc. for expert witness services in connection with 2 matters filed in the Allegheny County Court of Common Pleas for an amount not to exceed $50,000 over 1 year.
You've heard the reading and the title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing,
Well, I just want to talk about the relief bill for the ARPA funds. I just want to say that I'm working with the administration on identifying the dollars that should be used, and work with my colleagues hopefully on getting this done. And it's not for any one group. There will be a process people have to apply and qualify for. Thank you.
thank you. Any further discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to Councilwoman Barbara Warwick, presenting on the Committee of Public Works and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill number 657, reported to Committee on Public Works and Infrastructure for July 2nd, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 618, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of Public Works to enter into an agreements and/or amendments with the Pennsylvania Department of Aging for the purpose of receiving and spending grant funds in the amount of $30,000 to support replacing exterior doors, frames, and hardware for 20 door openings at the Southside Market House Healthy Active Living Center.
You've heard the reading and the title of the bill. Is there any discussion? If none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross. Aye. Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to Councilwoman Teresa Kale Smith, presenting on the Committee of Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Kel Smith presents Bill number 658, reported to Committee on Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services for July 2nd, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 615, resolution amending Resolution 335 of 2021, authorizing the Department of Parks and Recreation, Office of Special Events, to enter into an agreement with Swank Motion Pictures, Inc. as a sole source for rental and display rights of certain movie entertainment for events to be held by the Office of Special Events in order to authorize the use of funds from the Parks and Recreation Regional Asset District Trust Fund at no additional cost to the city.
You have heard the reading and the title of the bills. Is there any discussion? If not, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will vote aye when their name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to Councilman Kahari Mosley, presenting on the Committee of Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill number 659, reported to Committee on Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs for July 2nd, 2024, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill number 614, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 430 West General Robinson Street at no cost to the city.
You have heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? If none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill will aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received the legally required numbers of votes, is passed finally. That takes us to motions and resolutions. Anything from members? Councilwoman Kell Smith?
I just real briefly want to, again, offer my condolences to Tim McNulty's family, but I just want to say that over the weekend, the reason I put this legislation in to name the newsroom after him, or the press room after him, was actually his colleagues called me and said they would love to see the building named after him, the room named after him. So it's a testament to him, again, that his colleagues want it named that way. But I'll work with council members and the administration and previous administration and the media on scheduling the dedication. But I just wanted to get this on the record. Thank you.
Thank you. Anything else? Councilwoman Strasburger?
Yeah, I just wanted to note the passing of Tony Pays, the longtime chef and owner of Cafe Zeno, which is in Shady Side of my district. And, you know, back in the early 2000s, he was really the one that put Pittsburgh back on the map for, you know, known for culinary endeavors, and was one of the first that kind of brought, you know, a lot of that kind of newer fine dining back to Pittsburgh. So. He passed away this last weekend after a long illness, and wanted to send our condolences to his wife, Becky, who was a constituent, now is a constituent of Councilman Mosley, and his whole family and all of his friends and loved ones.
Thank you. Anything else? Councilman Mosley?
I just want to echo Councilwoman Kell Smith's comments about Tim McNulty. I've known Tim McNulty for many years as a young political activist and organizer. He interviewed me many times over the years as a journalist, and then he matriculated to the mayor's office and then to the Pittsburgh Penguins. Always, you know, was a good guy. You know, for those who know politics, you know, here in this town, you know, when my wife, you know, was the controller, she wasn't always the best friend with the former administration. You know, and as Councilwoman Kell Smith knows about, you know, when things sometimes get dicey around political relationships, but he always, you know, was super cool. And I could tell that, you know, that he wished that, you know, the relationships, you know, between former Mayor Peduto and my wife and some other folks hadn't gone in a direction. You could tell it really hurt him. You could tell he's a person that really cared. And, and I'd ran into him while I was campaigning, and you know, he had told me about, you know, what he was dealing with from a health situation, but just always just a really warm, you know, loving human being. And you know, I'm sorry, you know, that he passed away, and just want to send my condolences to the family and pay my respects.
Thank you. Anything else? If not, we have a couple meeting announcements. This afternoon at 1 o'clock, council will hold an executive session on bills 661, 676, 677, and 678 as it relates to litigation matters. Also this afternoon, with sessions at 2 and 2:45, council will hold a briefing on the Commission on Human Relations. Tomorrow, Wednesday, July 10th, council will hold our standing committee meeting at 10 a.m. Registration closes at 9 a.m. Wednesday morning. To register to speak at this council meeting, please fill out the sign-up form in its entirety on the council meeting webpage or call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Also, tomorrow at 2 p.m., council will hold a briefing/conference with the University Center for Social and Urban Research, and the topic being corporate purchases of single-family homes. Councilman Smith.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to make sure that we thanked and acknowledged the employees for all the work they did getting the city of Pittsburgh through the 4th of July holiday weekend. There was a lot of events happening and all over the city, and they just really did an amazing job. City parks, special events, the Pittsburgh police. I don't know how they did it, to be honest with you, with so few officers, which is a conversation I think we need to have again publicly. But I think that there's just been so much. I mean, Director Schmidt, Jake Pollock, a lot of people that really did a lot of stuff, DPW and others who really made sure that we got through a really challenging time. So thank you to all the employees. I don't want to leave anyone out. All the employees who got us through this holiday weekend. Thank you.
Thank you. If nothing else, we need a motion to approve the minutes and adjourn the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.